Welcome to an era where hair was a strict social manifesto. In 1900s America, men's fashion tolerated no sloppiness. Every hair was fixed with brilliantine or wax. Weekly barbershop visits were a ritual in exclusive gentlemen's clubs. We will trace the style evolution from Victorian parts to crazy bouffants, but stay alert. Some past hairstyles were deadly and dangerous to your health. We'll reveal this shocking fact at the end of the video. The era's ideal was the Gibson man, with a neat haircut and curled mustaches that required daily styling with special trainers and expensive pomades. The pompadour style was popular for men too. Long hair was swept back for volume using heavy waxes that wouldn't wash out for weeks. Mustaches were a point of pride. Gentlemen even used night trainers to maintain the handlebar shape. Barbers used only straight razors where one wrong move could leave a lifelong scar. Still, a smooth face and groomed mustache were signs of high status and discipline. A man of that era spent as much time and money on his appearance as his spouse, maintaining the image of a flawless socialite. The early 1900s belonged to the Gibson girl. Tall, voluminous styles visually lengthened the neck, giving women a royal posture. To achieve this, ladies used rats, pads made from their own hair collected over months. Hair was washed rarely, once a month, using egg yolks or soda, as drying took hours. These styles were complex architectures secured by dozens of pins. Huge hats were often fastened with long steel hat pins, which served as a practical means of self-defense in dangerous city districts. After WWI, the world changed. American women discarded corsets and resolutely cut off their long braids. The bob became a symbol of freedom and audacity. Old-school hairdressers often refused to cut ladies' hair, forcing them into male barbershops, shocking the public. This birthed the flappers. Girls who smoked in public and danced the Charleston until dawn. The most radical was the Eton crop, an almost masculine style with an exposed nape. This was a tectonic cultural shift. Losing long hair was akin to a loud political protest. Flashy accessories like silk headbands with feathers and beads became the new trend. In the 1920s and 30s, the Marcel wave became a massive craze, deep, sharp curves framing the face. These were created with heavy tongs, heated to a glow over gas burners or coals. The main issue was the total lack of temperature control. Hairdressers tested the tongs on newspaper. If it charred instantly, the hair would burn. Thousands of women lost entire strands due to overheated metal, but the effect was worth it. Shiny, cold waves looked incredibly glamorous in the jazz clubs of Chicago and New York. Later, electric tongs arrived, but they often shocked clients, turning beauty visits into risky adventures. In the 1940s, hairstyles became practical yet stylish. The legendary victory rolls appeared, V-shaped hair rolls symbolizing the coming victory. As millions of women joined war factories, safety required tucking hair under nets and scarves, mimicking Rosie the Riveter. In the evenings, they let down feminine, cascading curls. Hair care products were scarce. With no aerosol hairspray, women used sugar water, lemon juice, or even beer for hold. Despite wartime hardships, American women found ways to look impeccable. The 1950s brought a technological revolution and the perfect housewife era. New-gen perms allowed curls to last for weeks, creating stiff, immobile styles. With the first aerosol hairsprays, women drenched their hair to keep it still even in a gale. Audrey Hepburn's Pixie competed with Marilyn Monroe's lush bouffants. Daily teasing turned hair into an unyielding helmet. Simultaneously, men imitated Elvis Presley's pompadour, using massive amounts of pomade to create the rebellious rock and roll look. How did hair care technology actually change? In the early 1900s, the process of drying hair was a true torment. The very first household dryers were monstrously huge, heavy, and often connected directly to the exhaust port of an ordinary vacuum cleaner. Warm air from the running motor was supplied through a flexible hose, but along with the long-awaited warmth, all the dust and dirt accumulated in the bag flew onto the freshly washed hair. In the 1920s, the first stationary hood dryers, looking like diving helmets, appeared in elite beauty salons, under which women sat for hours flipping through fashion magazines. Combs back then were luxury items. They were handmade from tortoiseshell, ivory, or silver, passed down from generation to generation as family heirlooms. Washing one's hair was a complex domestic ritual using copper basins and pitchers, as indoor plumbing was far from universal. Only by the middle of the 20th century did hairdryers become truly handheld, light, and safe, and the first bottled shampoos appeared in stores, finally displacing alkaline bar soap. Hair salons and barbershops in the USA have always been much more than just a place for a haircut and a shave. For men, it was a kind of private political club and a discussion platform where the latest news, sports, stock quotes, and town gossip were discussed for decades. For women, the beauty salon was a true oasis of aesthetics and relaxation, where they could completely hide from heavy household chores for a few hours. A surprising fact, in the 1930s, during the Great Depression, many American women saved on essentials, even food, but still found the last cents to go to the salon and get their hair done. It was their way of maintaining personal dignity and staying hopeful during the hardest times. Master hairdressers became true confidants to their clients, knowing all their family secrets. Salons were equipped with modern gear, gleaming chrome chairs, huge mirrors in gilded frames, and bright rotating barber pole signs became an indispensable symbol of any American street, shaping a unique culture of communication. Time to reveal our secret. Why was past fashion deadly? Early perms used Nestler machines, frightening wired contraptions that caused electric shocks and severe burns. Even worse were the ingredients. Lotions contained lead and even radium for shine. Radioactive cosmetics were trendy until women's jawbones literally began to deteriorate. Furthermore, tall wireframe hairstyles, left unbrushed for weeks, often housed insects and parasites. Beauty truly required fatal sacrifices. Remember this next time you style your hair and appreciate modern safety.